The principle that is in this is amazing. Because Jesus comes and says, I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven. What you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. What you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. But it's up to you, my man. As long as you're willing to have that stone stay over that well, stay over that dream, stay over that desire, that want to, it's going to stay. But as soon as you find something strong enough, powerful enough, as soon as you get, because watch this, it could be something that you fall in love with, like Rachel, like a high, or it can be a low where you hit rock bottom. You say, that's it. I'm changing. This stone's getting rolled away. As long as you let it stay, it stays. But as soon as you get tired of it, as soon as you're ready to find something more powerful, that you fall in love with more, that you want more than the excuses, that stone will move, I promise you. In anything in life. So I'm talking about a fat kid that grew up to be a man that is concerned about his health, that wants to be healthy, that is putting effort behind it. Why? Because I knew what it was like when the stone was over the well. I didn't like it. I was famished. I was not well watered. You know what I'm saying? So we pushed the stone away and we made a way forward. Now I'm just talking about that's one aspect of my life. Anytime I've ever seen a change in my life, this is how it happened. Right here, this is how it happened. I found something more important, more valuable than the excuses I rested on for God only knows how long. How you think we ended up preaching full time? I'm just being real with you. How you think we got up here doing this full time? I knew I was called to more. My God spoke it into my heart 15 years ago. He put a dream of dreams inside. But there was a stone over this well. I couldn't drink. I couldn't be satisfied. Until my God showed up one day. This is 4 years back. August 2017. Never forget it. I was on my knees. I was in the middle of a revival. And God shows up and says, now is the time that you go full time. And I'm like, hold up, step back. I got 3 kids at home and a wife not working. It's all on me, but my God now shows up and says it, and I go home, God's honest truth, and I tell my wife we may go bankrupt, but we got to do it because I've been waiting this word 12 years now, and we got to do it. We may go broke in the process, but I'm going to honor my God. I'm going to say yes to it. You want to know why? Because I was tired of how it was. I didn't want that stone over the well of my life anymore. I knew God had put something greater inside of me. I knew He had given a gift that is meant to be heard. I knew that He's got messages inside that is meant for the world to take part in, to help and change lives, to roll stones away in other people's lives. I knew it. But I wasn't getting it doing the construction. I wasn't getting it using the degree that I got. I wasn't getting it the other way. There was a stone over it. And I said, enough. I ain't white-knuckling it to my job no more. We rolling this stone away. I don't care what happens after that, but we taking a shot at it. Why? Because the excuse of staying status quo, of hating what you're doing for a living, of waking up every day miserable, it became less than the promise my God just whispered. He brought something more powerful. He said, this is the time. If you want it, step out in faith and take it. Roll the stone away. And that's the point some of us got to get to. You got to get to the point where you're in love with what's on the other side more than what you are right here. As long as you satisfy where you at, ain't no change in your life going to come, I promise you. No change in heart, no change in scenery, no change in family. It ain't going to happen. Why? You content. You like them shepherds them Jacob rolled up on. Water the sheep. Nah, that ain't how we do it. We good to go. That's not how we grew up. That's not how we do it around here. And we make every excuse in the book of why we're not reaching our dreams, why we're not daring for what God has put inside of us, why we aren't waking up with passion. And we use those excuses as a crutch. And the whole time, our life is drying up. And I ain't even got to convince you about this. You know yourself. I've been there. I've done that, and I ain't going back. I found me my Rachel. Found me this dream that God has spoken inside. We dared roll the stone away. Jacob never had to go back to that. He found his love, and he worked the rest of his life towards it, right? And as he went, God blessed. But he had to be willing to roll the stone away. Ain't nobody else going to do it. Not one of those shepherds was going to bring Jacob's dream to pass. Not one of those shepherds could make Rachel his wife. Not one of those shepherds could follow his God. Not one of those shepherds But I promise you, every one of those shepherds would have sat right there, waiting, until they said it was time for that stone to be rolled away. And we can't do that, my man. You're going to be waiting on other people your whole life. If you're ready to make a move and God has put it in your heart, you're going to have to be the one that rolls the stone away. You're going to have to be the one that uses those keys that God has given you. You are going to have to be the one that steps out in faith. No one else is going to do it for you. God has given you the dream. That's for you to follow. And I promise you, you're not going to follow into the fullness until you fall in love with it more than the current